how do we beat Tyson Fury? I think we've spoken about this a little bit before.
Yeah.
The Velociraptor.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Do you need more than one man in the ring to beat him?
How do you beat by being a drugs cheat or loading your raps? I mean, take a measuring tape, go to the wall and mark, what is it, 6'7"? Jim,
9,
you'll need a stool. How could you knock out a monster built like that? I don't think any of the current contenders beat him.
Yeah, so the next part I was going to ask is if you had kind of a game plan, who do you think would be best to employ that?
Wallen seemed to be the best person. I mean, like I said before, I think you make it ugly from the press conference to the post-fight interview. And I think when you were talking about the Dillian White fight, I was thinking to myself, the edge that Dillian White now has is that he's taken over as like the unacceptable face of boxing. He's happy to go to places that Fury can't go to anymore.
Yeah,
because the press killed the first Fury. They killed the first Fury. I mean, we talked about comebacks last week, and I think we might touch on it again in this podcast. But really, the real comeback was from what the press did to him. You know, they took Fury apart. So I think that Dillian White, I think Fury has lost a bit of an edge through that, and I think Dillian White still has that, and as part of that tactic of making it ugly. You know, that's what needs to happen. Getting close and dirty like an Andy Ruiz, open up his eye like a Wallin. I mean, Klitschko's jab didn't work. Wilder's power didn't work. You need the poise of Lennox Lewis, power of George Foreman, and the footwork of Usyk. And I mean, we talked about Usyk a minute ago, and Usyk only has 2 of those things. I mean, I think really it'll be a fighter he doesn't fear or respect that will cause him serious trouble. He has that showman's confidence, and he'll come into the ring one day underprepared and overconfident, maybe at the tail end of his career, and get beaten by someone who couldn't have touched him in his prime.
Yeah, that's probably a fair assessment.
I agree with that. But what I would say, you spoke about the White fight sort of outside of the ring, and I 100% agree. And even with the back and forth on social media, it does seem like White is the only one really to get under Fury's skin. He is starting to, to fight.
He can go to places that Fury can't go to anymore.
Yeah. But also inside of the ring, I haven't really seen an opponent take it to Fury and work the body and get, obviously Wallin got in there and got rough and tough. But I think White, he said it himself in a Sky Sports interview, he might be the man to definitely cause him a few problems.
I think I'm more confident of him causing problems than I am of AJ at the minute.
Oh, 100%. I think the White fight is harder for Fury than the AJ one.
Yeah. I probably agree with that. It's a funny one because everyone is talking AJ Fury, but I think in terms of what I've seen over the social media, like White just doesn't give a shit. Like the things he was saying the other day, what was it? He was saying, "I remember knocking you down in sparring and you were crying on the floor," and then like Fury has to come back because obviously he's the ambassador for mental health and can't say anything. For saying this press thing, and then he comes back and he's like, "I can't believe you said that about me. I gave you a chance when no one else."
Yeah, he even showed the text that he sent to him after he lost and sent him all these emotional texts and all sorts.
Showed a side to Fury that had actually been quite hurt. And I think White could be quite a dangerous guy. And if we're talking about the rough and tumble.
Well, styles make fights. That's what you got to remember.
And also, fights. White's got nothing to lose. The man has got nothing to lose. Yeah. He's been constantly, blocked from that title shot. So he's not playing by the rules. He's got no fucking Under Armour boxers that he needs to sell like AJ. So he can go below the belt and entice Fury to take the bait and provoke him.
But this is why he doesn't get the shot because of the type of person that he is. He's not as sellable, is he, as people that will say the right things and won't say the wrong ones.
Yeah. Well, that's why I prefer him, though.
I think what he needs to do, if Dillian White is listening to this, you need to sack Eddie Hearn and give me a fucking call, right?
Bantamweight boxing promotions, baby. We've got Fury on a 4 deal.
It's as simple as that, mate. It's as simple as that. Step out of AJ's shadow. Step out of AJ's shadow. We will guide you, mate. We'll guide you to the fucking very top.
Before Jimmy sends all my listeners his CV, let's move on to